Alrighty, so welcome to the Thursday night stream. I'm your host, Apart39. Unlike the last stream I did, this will be a bit shorter, about an hour and a half, so about my usual par. Anyway, let's get going then, shall we? So, I think last time I streamed, I talked about extraction shooters and how a lot of the time there were like a lot of online PvP, VE, VP, VE, VP, VE, and you get what I'm going with this right now. Pretty much a bunch of online only slop, lack of a better word, I guess. Just a whole bunch of crap that would be short-lived and die within, at most, half the year. At very least, 2 months out. Everybody knows Concord. Everybody knows He-Guard. So, you know, it varies from game to game, and it's always questionable. God, why don't these games have an offline single-player mode? Because you have interesting ideas, and yet you're wasting it all on, what, server time? An online-only game? You know, and all that other stuff? You know how expensive it is to run an online-only game? Far more expensive than it is to make a single-player one instead. Anyway, I digress for a short-term period of time right now. Yeah, so for the most part, I talked about how my feelings are towards that. I listed off like a whole, I think maybe like half a dozen games at least. And so to say the least, with that being stated and said, I bring you Incursion Red River and Witchfire, two PVE single-player and somewhat online, because you have cooperative elements, at least with Red River Incursion, extraction shooters. I'm waiting for Cargo Hunters coming out next month, so don't you worry, that list is growing slowly, and don't think I've forgotten Escape from Duck-Off, which actually had an Escape from Tarkov crossover. Yay! But yeah. So, yeah, for the most part, more first-person shooters for a duration. I'll switch gears later down the line. And my next time when I stream, whenever that'll be, God knows when that'll be, to include some new games I actually got as well. So that would mean, like, you know, yeah, so that would mean like a few other things as well. So let me see. For the most part, I've been playing Red River Incursion in my off time, as you can tell. I've been playing it on my off time, and I've been going into the hot zones, getting the stuff, and yeah, I've been going into the hot zones, getting some extraction gear. Got some nice stuff on hand. You clearly see it's very nice, very nice. Let me just pack a few more magazines of 20 rounders into my back pocket, because my dumbass decided to throw away almost all of them. Alright, so Red River Incursion is a single-player PvE extraction shooter, made in the same vein of, give me a sec, I'm trying to get some magazines. I get bullets in magazines, you see. But yes, as I was saying, it is a game made in the same vein as It's the same vein as like Escape from Tarkov and the like, meaning that you are playing a, I guess for lack of a better word of saying it, a quasi-hardcore first-person shooter with a lot of tactical elements. In this instance, the tactical elements come from like legit, actual arrangements and the like. Give me a sec, because I know I had a flashlight around here somewhere. Was it on one of the guns I brought in a while ago? Yeah, a lot of these weapons you see here, they're not in primo condition. They're quite literally in the worst possible condition I could have found them in. I could sneeze on them and they'd fall apart because I scavenged them off dead people. Oh, don't hum from me right now. Because that's the only way I could ever get guns as nice as these. Here we go. Alright, finally, we got ourselves a flashlight. Okay, so, yes. So right now, as it stands currently, I'm trying to get materials and stuff to properly survive. Yeah, give me a second. I'm just really reorganizing my stuff. Because I know I bought an M9 bayonet in here, but for some reason I'm missing it. Yeah, let me see here. Maybe it's under weapons? No, it's not here. I could have sworn I had an M9 bayonet bought and purchased. Oh well. Give me the bayonet! Alrighty, so now I got an M9 bayonet. Alright, excellent. I now have a shiv with the world's shittiest knife. I don't know how effective the M9 bayonet is. Maybe they made some revisions in the future or something. But as far as I remembered, the M9 bayonet was a genuine piece of shit. But yeah, like I said, the M9 bayonet was a genuine piece of shit from what I remember people talking about. It was mostly just due to the fact that, what was it? Things that I don't know about but heard of at the very least. Something about the tang being off, it being really heavy at the base, and because it was a survival knife, it had like a whole bunch of like useless shit. Or, no, wait, hold on, I wouldn't say totally useless shit, but had like a bunch of like resources and the like inside the base of the... Yeah, it had some like... Yeah, it had some like stuff in like the base of the sorry, not the base, the pommel of the knife. But yeah, something along those lines. Fuck, it's dark. No, wait, hold on. PM is what I want to go after. PM is the current modus operandi I'm working off of. Unfortunately, right now, I'm stuck playing in darkness. Alright, so right now, I'm trying to get myself a power cord and a bunch of, like, resources to use right now. So you're gonna see me, like, wander around like a total jackass for a while. So, some of the new additions that were added into Incursion Red River is that with the newest update of 1.3 Alpha, they added a new map, which I'm not playing yet because unfortunately it's dark there right now. And when I say that, I am referring to the actual time of day. They added the new map Delta, which has been greatly expanded and overhauled. Or, no, sorry. It's just a new map, sorry. Quarry was the one that was greatly expanded and overhauled, and I think maybe to some extent Bunker. But yeah, partially, I don't know if Bunker has been overhauled, to be honest. All I know is that it's been The new update added new guns, new missions, as well as a total overhaul of progression. So, instead of taking a bunch of missions from the factions at your base, now you take it out in the field instead, it seems like. Because what you get at your base now, instead of the faction missions, is you get Jane Perry talking to you, and but yeah, you get Jane Perry from, like, what was it? What was it she was part of? Hitman 47. Yeah, Hitman. Rogue from Cyberpunk. That white woman from Ghost Recon. Some woman in the commercials. You know, it's Jane Perry. But yeah, you got her voicing some of your missions now, in which it's mostly the story related stuff. To which, oh boy, Incursion Red River's got a story now? My goodness. Alright, but yeah. So that's what's going on. As you can see here. So yeah, as you can see here, when it comes to the quarry, it looks nicer now, as you can see. It looks very much nicer, very much more dangerous, and all that. God, all I need is something in the tree line just fucking taunting me with my dead allies' voice lines. And bingo, bango, bongo, you got yourself predator hunting grounds. Yeah, so for the most part right now, I gotta get like a bunch of resources for myself and I. They did revamp the AI system in this game, so no longer are you dealing with total aimbots now, but now you're dealing with a legit, somewhat menacing... Alright, pal. My dog is right now underneath my... Alright, no, not down there, pal. Come on, come on. Yeah, my dog was just right next to my power cord cable. Sometimes, or in earlier instances, he's freaking knocked out my power system. Okay. Alrighty, so, yeah, give me a sec. Alright, but yeah, everything in this game now looks very nice, very nice. Graphically speaking, when it comes to everything. I got Lumen on right now. It's going off my graphics card. 4090, go, go, go. Got a new mantle system, that's nice, so no longer do I have to fucking just jump awkwardly and hump my way across. Here. Hey, could always use more of those, because those are too expensive these days. I have to pay either a black market fee or... Yeah. Well, looks like you got a buddy out there. Shit. Sorry, friend, but you saw too much. Jeez. I'm trying to get a beat as to who these guys are. Alright, so the AI in this game got... No. Give me a sec. Alrighty, I'm back. Yeah, sorry. Alright. Just pick up some beer. Alright. Okay, so, yeah, as I was saying, the AI in this game got revamped and overhauled to be a bit more both threatening, challenging, and actually interesting to engage, because I'm trying to remember before the best way to describe them. Because before, they were just kind of, sort of just like, whatever. I mean, they were like, they were kind of a threat, if you want to constitute them mindlessly. Yeah, they were kind of a threat, if you want to constitute them, like, running at you and doing all sorts of stuff. Through just sheer attrition, a threat. Because they could still do that in some ways, but at the very least, they at least have the illusion of them, like, using cover and being tactical. So they won't be 100% shooting at you. Along with that, even if they're in close proximity, they're still gonna miss you. Or at the very least, hit you in a non-vital area. So where armor is likely to be. So that's a nice little change and addition, that's for sure. What else was changed? I think some of the extractions, well, obviously the extraction themselves are going to be overhauled and changed. However, I think there's been like new rules sort of in play that wasn't detailed as to what was changed specifically. Nope. See what I mean? Fuck. Dumb shit. Fuck. Triple shit. Come on. That's what I get for using salvaged weapons. There we go. Fucking hell, got stitched up for like a hot minute there. Give me a sec, because I want to get the, there we go. Condition. Alright, give me a sec now. Time for a quick reorganization, because clearly my gun is right now in such dire straits. I don't want to abandon it, but I have to. Yep. Alrighty. Well, at the very least I could say this weapon is in nicer condition, at least. So I know that they added like 2 new versions of it right now. Sorry, new carbine variants of the M4A1 here. Yeah. They had like a semi-auto, like, civilian version, I think, which is sold by the Vietnamese Liberation Force. Thermal scope. Let me see, what can I drop? Sorry, right now I'm trying to keep ears open a little bit for a variety of things. Oh boy, and I gotta probably sell some of my stuff because I know my stash doesn't have enough space for this. Let me see. Should be a mission. Nope, no, it's down there. Okay. I know that a while ago this game did have bleed as a function. However, yeah, I know that bleed was a function in this game. However, that for now, it doesn't seem like it's a big critical issue. It seems like it doesn't have it doesn't have the same thing right now, because it seems like the armor takes the first initial blow, and then after that, sort of just like, oof, sort of like peters off a bit. Oh, what? Yeah, that seems about right, though. I think it's because I have, at this point, I salvaged like level 3 protection body armor, which theoretically means it absorbs, even in close proximity, most blows. I don't think this... Yeah, I don't think the game has implemented, like... Oh boy. Getting stitched up, getting stitched up. Got one more stim on me. You know what they say, welcome to the jungle. Yeah, so as you see there at the very least, in these instances, the enemy AI isn't so much as deadly in the sense that they overwhelm you with sheer number, at least not in that sense. At the very least, you still have a fighting chance if you can, like, flee and retreat. Which, that's what I'm doing right now. Hey, another injector. Nice. Ah, the Americans' favorites. crude oil. Alrighty. I think I'm still a ways off from my original objective. Yep. In either case. Alright, let me see here. Alright. Topped off at like, what, 60? Got like 60 rounds to work with, but I got like a bunch of bullets in the magazine. Sorry, I got a bunch of bullets outside the magazine and within it as well. So I literally have to play freaking Jenga just to get ammo off. Twenty rounds isn't great for long-term engagement, but it's sure shit great if you're in skirmishes. I'll take the bullets. Thank you very much. Speaking of bullets, it looks like my sidearm is needing to be reloaded. Alrighty. Boy. Let's see here. I could expend... Oh, wow, I got like 2 heals. Okay. Let's go. Is my armor... Yeah, my armor's all sorts of fucked up. I can't sustain. If I take another shot, neck down, I'm fucked. Did I overshoot? Yeah, just a bit. There's a whole lot of new structures in this game, though. It's surprising. Before, it was just, like, dense jungle space, and, yeah, really, that's really about it. Just really dense jungle space. But now there's, like, actual, like, outpost croppings and, like, urban sections. It kind of reminds me of, like, Ghost Recon Wildlands in a way. Nope. There we go. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of Ghost Recon Wildlands in a way, with the how dense the areas can be, as well as how you had like some urban outcroppings. Fuck. Got stitched real good. There we go, there's the bleed mechanic. Got armor I could take, pal? Actually, got ammo I could take. Whew. Ugh. Hey. Stolen ammo is better than no ammo. I'm sorry, stolen armor is better than no armor. Alrighty. Jeez, all I'm finding is just HDMI cables. I need a power cable, damn it. Oh, finally! Something I actually do need. An old communicator. Yeah, I know, I'm so down bad for like the most primitive basic shit that I'm happy just to see a literal old piece of shit communicator. Alright, let me see. What can I drop? I could do without beer and nails. Sacrilege! The man in Utah says. Here, is there any more? How many am I expected to retrieve? 3 documents. Alright. Yeah, I may as well just do this mission and just retrieve out, because I already got like a bunch of stuff that I need right now. And I'm not really looking to properly... Yeah, I'm not looking to extensively, like, go into, like... Give me a sec, I'm trying to figure out what I want to ditch. Because I have a feeling this military radio is going to be something I'm going to need to pick up. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm probably just going to haul ass as soon as I get the last document. Just because I already got most of what I need already. So, yeah, that's great. There it is. I wonder if we could get... I wonder how much Jane Perry costs for, like, just doing, like, generic filler dialogue, because it'd be nice to, at the very least, hear more from her, you know? It's like, it's kind of lonely out here. You're supposed to be professional, what the fuck? Yeah, I know. Still, that doesn't excuse the fact that it's a lonely existence out here. Alright, do I have any spare bandages? No, I don't. So if I get stitched up again, I'm fucked. I kinda wish that there was, like, gorilla... Yeah, there was, like, gorilla grip for the reloading. Yeah. Alright, but yeah. Kinda wish there was like gorilla grip for some of the reloading. Like, say for example, if you didn't have any space, you would switch to gorilla grip, so that way you can still preserve the ammunition. And then again, if you're in the middle of a firefight, you're probably not gonna think about that, are you? Still. Nice thing to think about a little bit. And along with that, not all guns can be applicable for gorilla grip, I don't think. Well, maybe, I don't know. Because I know that it's common among AKs, but it's not common among the M4 line of weaponry. Mostly because you have the mag release is in a different position from the AK. Because AK, you just like tap the back and just put it in the mag well. Also, the M4, you have to... There's like a separate button, I think, somewhere on the receiver. When I say tap the back of the magazine, I'm thinking about the AKM specifically, of course. Because this might vary with later AK iterations, like, I don't know, AK-12 or some shit like that, or maybe the 7.4. Because the mag release is on the back of the magazine, right by the trigger guard, if I'm not mistaken, with some VR games, as well as, like, getting a baseline understanding through that. Assuming that it's correct, but yeah. There's a leveling system in this game as well, but the leveling system I think is specifically towards the faction you're a part of. So that'll be specifically FANG. And somehow I have not found a power cable. What horseshit is this?
FANG has split the step.
Yeah, so as you hear, that was Jane Perry. First gotta put the stuff in my stash, cause that's where they get my stuff, I guess. It needs an old radio, not a communicator. Good job. Thank you. That's all I get is a pat on the back and a good job. I wonder if they're actually gonna ask to see if Jane Perry could probably do more voice work for this game. Because so far they've only got her doing the main story quest. But it'd be kind of nice to, I don't know, like actually kind of hear her. Maybe not for every single piece of dialogue, but at the very least, like, say, for critical objectives and the like. That'd be nice. Jeez, look at all this. I have so many guns, and I don't know what to do with them. I gotta start selling them. Unfortunate as the reality as that may be, I gotta start selling. Sell, sell, sell. Let's start with the AK-01, because I know for a fact I don't have any sustainable AK-01 magazine and budget. Polyester fabric. Sell the hammer. Dude, I got like so much shit in my back pocket. I wish I was bullshitting. I'm literally just like bringing in as much crap as possible. I'm running out of space for it. Shit, okay. I only got like one flashlight, one spool. Seriously, how the fuck do I not have a power cable throughout all this time? What horse crap is this? Alright, I should be light enough to go to the Delta now. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, but it should be light enough to go back to Delta. Good enough, I guess. Yeah, got enough time to go to Delta, I think. Alright, so the River Delta. We're gonna be going in at 5:30 a.m. Good enough time as any, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna go to the Delta, the new map that has been added to this game, to which the this map is actually probably closest to, like, maybe if I were to use Escape from Tarkov as a baseline, because I have played it and I admittedly have not played a lot of it. If the quarry is the customs and the bunker is the, what was it? Shit, what was that? What is that one Escape from Tarkov PvP map? Let me see here. Oh, sorry. Alright, so if the quarry is shorelines and, you know, either shoreline or customs, and bunker is factory, then I would say that actually, shit, I think this might be sort of like the Streets of Tarkov and Shoreline combined for Delta to some extent right now. Because that's the best way to really describe it currently. Yeah, because you're technically by the shoreline in some ways. Although this probably is inline Vietnam, so it's probably closer to the streets of... somewhat like the Streets of Tarkov. Although not directly one-to-one. Trying to find a reliable open exfil, because some of these exfils, they are closed as fuck. Daylight's breaking now. So let's see here. I've not explored much of this map, unfortunately. But let's change that a bit. We're gonna rush into the forested area. All right. Anyway, let's see what we can get our hands on. Maybe a power cable or two. Cream style corn? What? Whoa, 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 what the fuck is this? Wow, 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 what have we here? This is a big boy. Big, thick boy, damn. Let's just transfer all my stuff here. Jesus Christ, look at how extensive this thing is. Holy shit. This is big. Biggest I've found yet. That's what she said. But it's true. Let me see, what is the protection on this thing? Holy shit. Protection 4. God damn, this is big as fuck. That's gotta be my best find yet. Jeez. flying tuna. I think this is a VLF outpost. Yeah, this is a VLF outpost. You know, I need as much fuel as possible. Sorry, Vietnamese friends, but I gotta take it. I'm an American, of course. So, I'm trying to think about what to talk about in this game specifically, because there is some lore for now. In a meta sense of the lore, this game was originally called Project Quarantine. I think it's... see here. Oh no, judging by the voice lines. Hey, power cables. Finally. You stitched up my thing. You stitched up my armor, to which the armor just took up like a champ. Holy shit, this thing fucking tanks. Yeah, judging by the voice lines, I think we might be dealing with Russians instead, not the Vietnamese. Not by the sounds of it, at least. Or maybe they're... Or maybe they're Vietnamese, Sorry, give me a sec. Let me finish. Let me just do some searching right now. What the fuck is there an SKS doing here for? Just casually finding a toolbox. An SKS. Sorry, I'm just thinking back to some cringe time of my life right now. Ugh. Hey, what do we got here? Oh, I don't have a key. Horse shit. I should be able to lockpick. What type of operative am I? Let's go back to that guy previously, though, actually. What did he have? An AKM, I think? 7.4M specifically. Well, you got a nice magazine, I'll say that, so don't take that magazine, friend. You're not gonna be needing it anytime soon, are you? Alrighty, though. Oh, wow, I actually took some damage, but it's so minuscule it almost doesn't matter. Almost being the key word. God damn, this thing fucking kicks ass. Unfortunately, I don't have a way of repairing it, so... Shit. I'm sad now. Oh, I see. It's missing a... What's it missing? Gas tube. Yeah, alright. Dude just shot at me and returned to parade rest. He's like, well, I made my shot clear. I think he can take it from there. Is there any more power cables I could find here? Yes, more power cables. Just what I need. How much does a power cable take up in space? Oh wow, that's a lot of space. Alrighty, now I got 2 power cables, baby. I could actually progress at last. Painkillers could go far if I don't have any, if I burn out and run out of healing supplies. I wonder what the line of sight of... Well, hello there. I'll take you, thank you. Not exactly the greatest thing, this one. I already got like a dozen of those at home. Well, I got like 3, but, you know, that's here nor there. Alright, I'm gonna avoid going into the heart of Delta, because obviously I'm under-equipped and under-armed to do so. It's not as though I'm afraid to get into a firefight and lose all my gear, but I got some nice stuff that I want to actually use. And along with that, I got a... Let me see here. Where's an extraction point I can... Unless I have to make my way down south. Alright. So, I'm gonna punch my way down to the south, and I'm gonna have to just go through the outskirts of this godforsaken hellscape right now. Because, quite literally, I have 2 items I actually do need to progress and level up with. So that's why I'm sort of avoiding conflict right now and avoiding going to the heart of Delta. But as you clearly see from at least looking outset, this place is very nicely... It's very nice. Healthy amount of, you know, foliage, urban environments and all that. However, you also have, like, open space in between, too. So there's always a chance that you're going to be, like, sniped and the like. The AI in this game has been, like I mentioned before, has been overhauled. However, I did not explain how overhauled it's been. So, SP Tarkov, a somewhat controversial offline mod for Escape from Tarkov, has had like a bunch of like mods made for it, and among other things that were made for SP Tarkov, a mod called Sane was developed. Give me a sec. guy had a Saiga. Armor took it. Armor took it. Son of a bitch, getting sniped. Yep. Armor took a bit of a hit. Did they just shoot out the lights? I think I did shoot out the lights. Holy shit. Hold on. Give me a sec. Oh my god, I shot out the lights. That is a surprise. Alright, but yeah. Oh. Alright, but yeah, so... Alright, yeah, so extensively speaking, the AI was developed and expanded upon by the guy that made the Sane AI for Escape from Tarkov, so... So that's why, at the very least, some parts of the AI, at the very least, when it acts like it, for now at the very least, is sort of working and have a working order attached to it. As you clearly see, whenever you fire upon, like, a guy, they seemingly return to parade rest for some reason, which is hilarious. But yeah. Overall, though, compared to what the AI was before, where it just, like, aimbotted it and laser sighted you, it pretty much feels a little bit better to face off against. I'm hoping right now, because currently it is it is sort of the first public implementation. Sorry, friend. Your gun ain't gonna help you anytime soon. Alright, but yeah. I'm still... To be honest, I'm not sure if it's because... Currently, this is, like I said, the first public instance that we are seeing the AI extended to this... extensively overhauled to this extent. However, I am curious. Shit, I left behind my laser. Not laser, my flashlight. Shit, give me a sec, I gotta double back over. Here we go. Alright, but yeah, as I said, I'm not sure if it's because this is the first public instance that the AI has been implemented to this extent, that there are some quirks. Because there have been, like, some talks and developments over it, but, you know, this is the first time that we're actually seeing it. Overall, I would say, in actual legit firefights, when it works pretty well. But for now, it's still kind of sort of like got weird kinks to work out. And some stuff that I do want to try and figure out. Like, for example, if in some instances, the reason why you're not fired upon almost immediately, is it because, like, there's like a certain, like, patrol area that they're restricted to and they don't really care about you? Yeah, they don't really care if you're, like, outside the given area, sort of thing. Because if that's the case, that's kind of interesting as a sort of, like, point, like, begin your skirmish, you're given some, like, opportunity and time to actually, like, legit strategize and think about what it is you want to do a bit. And so they're kind of like sort of like not really caring much about you until you actually like get into it. However, I would imagine like if you linger around long enough, they would fire upon you. So I can't imagine it is sort of like that a little bit. And let me double check to see my theory. Oh, you can't friggin' whatever. All light sources, I guess. Still, I'm surprised that I was able to get like 2 out of 3. It's kind of cool, actually. Actually, real quick, let me double check my AI settings, because I only have it on like, yeah, I have it on the default settings where it's like mid. Yeah, mid, normal. Yeah, so there's still some things that could be worked out a little bit, although that might be because I'm playing on like preset settings. So they might fine-tune that later down the line. I wonder if they're gonna add like prone in this game. Hell, would they add like sliding too? Maybe not sliding actually, because you can already like, or at the very least, maybe like transition from like, oh no, you can do that. Okay, never mind. Because I already got mine like by default set to like toggle sprint right now. Yeah, I got like toggle sprint right now, so right now I'm just I'm now sprint walking or speed crouch walking, whatever the hell. Nope, it's open. Yeah, I wonder if they'll add like prone at some point. Just so that way, if you ever find yourself in a tight instance and you know you want like a better line of sight at the guy's foot, you could just like go from there. Or at the very least just have like a superior shooting position. Although, given the current instance and like stuff that they have, I can't imagine that they would add it just yet. It's like one of those things where it's just like, yeah, you know, that's nice and all, but we got like a dozen other things as well. Alrighty, so I can now actually upgrade my thing now, guys. My goodness, I have 2 cables I could use. One for the Jenny and the other for actual stuff. Let me put it in. I'm so happy right now. I was so down bad for friggin' this stuff. I can now actually start getting rid of the garbage in my back pocket. Here we go. Here we go. An upgrade. Got an intel center now, Bowman. Are you happy?
IGC has sent their first mission. I gotta warn you, though. Those bastards are gonna make you do some evil stuff to prove yourself. And they speak English pretty well, so I shouldn't have to translate. Again, Fang Redacts here. I am Ksenia Mironova of the Iron Guard Corps. Zhuk, how they refer to the VLF, Zhuk, is eating from our rice fields. Redacted, vermin. Huh. Go at night and avoid too much noise. If we feed them, they will spread everywhere. They steal our food and use it to feed murderers. We need to poison the fields to prevent this. If they are allowed to continue, they will rot this land. Redacted. The rest of the message is vile and, yeah, I won't breathe those words. Mironova says to place poison in the rice fields at 3 specific locations. She said this will ensure no VLF can eat from them, or if they do, they'll die. I know it can be tough doing missions that are so targeted at civilians, but this is the job and you gotta do as they say. Know that your actions are for the good of the region, and if you follow through to the end here in Vietnam, you will save countless lives. Prove yourself to them. Steal your thoughts. Good luck and get out.
Alrighty.
The VLF has their first mission for you. Missions from factions are sent by the leaders to Fang, and then I relay the needed information to you. Fang redacts sections of what the factions send over, but I'll do my best to fill in the gaps and translate some too. Nguyen Vong Dit, also known as Sung Chao, the Horn, writes as follows. Ning Operator, you, prove your discretion, redacted. Blum seems not worried about Quan Yan Nuk Dia, that means UICS, building expansions all over Humo, that's Corey. But I know UICS hunt after me. A little context, Fang reports, and this seems to confirm it, that VLF leadership has some budding infighting between leader Sung Cho and leader Lam Alexandra. Looks like you've been caught up in it. Those buildings he's referring to, humanitarian aid sites, or HAS we call them, are kind of everywhere. Clearly, Sung Chao finds those buildings worrying. The message continues. We do not want Quan Yan Nuk Dia UICS support. All you Buntai, this is a bit derogatory, but it means them Westerners, Buntai, want to take Vietnam. You need to prove you are different from them. Redacted. Essentially, mark all the HAS around Corey and see if his fears have any substance worth looking into. Good luck, and get out.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, wow. I wonder how you had to explain that to Jane Perry a little bit. I wonder how they had to explain to her. Just like, yeah, so you gotta play the role of like someone reading this stuff and is finding this shit vile. It's like, oh, it shouldn't be too hard. Oh my goodness, I got lights now, guys. Can you believe it? It's crazy. Let's see. I got a generator now. Good old Jenny, but I'm still missing a radio. What a shame. What a rotten way to die. Antenna piece 2 and a bunch of other resources that I'm gonna need. Is there any stuff I could get from, like... Do I not have a spray can? Damn, I don't. Okay. Ah, boy, what I wouldn't give for a repair station right now. Alrighty. Alright, that's enough from Incursion Red River, I guess. I'm pleasantly pleased with how things have panned out right now. And to say the least, I'm also pleased with how this game has actually panned out. Alright. Alright, one moment. I gotta go collect some stuff. I'll be back. Alright, so let's switch gears over quick. Alright. Alrighty, so let me just switch gears over to Witchfire. I think I can say specifically for Witchfire would be relatively short. Yeah, relatively short, but at the very least densely packed enough to actually talk about. So I know that Witchfire, to some extent, as of last month, was sort of, yeah, it was sort of like popular-ish to talk about a little bit. Not like so popular that it was like overtook the internet, fortunately. But give me a sec. But yeah, it wasn't like so popular across the internet that it was like it overtook it or anything. But it was sort of like one of those games where it's like, yeah, this game is defying the indie devs or defying the AAA space and all that. And it's just like, I guess, you know? But yeah, let me double check. Am I on? Alright. Alright, but yeah. So, this is another extraction game, like like Incursion Red River. However, unlike Incursion Red River, this game is much more, this game is much more RPG heavy a little bit. So let me see what it is. Give me a sec. Alright, there we go. So yeah, unlike Incursion Red River, this game is a bit more farther along in its development pipeline, close to 1.0. That being said though, this game is still... Let's see, Iron Gate. Slay a Faithful. Right. So, I'm hoping to try and get Gnosis, the next level of Gnosis right now. Because I already got 3rd level, and I got the Striga with it as a result. And the Striga, oh boy, the Striga is great. You know, I love it. Can't say the same thing about the actual horrific thing itself, but still. You know, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to punch through to the Iron Gate, though. That's my kicker. There we go. May as well try. This is gonna be the last stream, and I'm hoping to make it and reach to maybe the half-hour mark. Bit over it, but still. Okay. Let's see here. So right now, the objective is simple. Slay a Faithful. Whatever that means. I think that might be just the mini-bosses. Alright, but yeah. So I currently have the Striga. Unfortunately, the weapon's been nerfed, but only because it's got like a bunch of other stuff attached to it that was sort of touted and kicked off a bit. So it's not as it once was, as I understand it, a while ago. That being said, it's still a powerful weapon. The way I'm treating it right now is that it's sort of like an elaborate shotgun. It's like a shotgun that shoots slugs. It's high-powered enough to punch through. Yeah, see what I mean when I say it's like high-powered enough to punch through? How annoying. Alright, but yeah. Mother. Hey. Alright, but yeah. So right now I'm just treating the Strika like a shotgun that shoots slugs, because that's really the best way to describe it. I mean, it's an impaler weapon, but you know, the way it operates, it feels like a shotgun shooting slugs. Oh, great. I burnt through my friggin' whatever. You fucking kidding me? Again? How annoying. Burnt through my mandrake just for this shit. You kidding me? Ugh. Poor performance. Don't worry, I'm greatly disappointed in myself as well. How annoying. Alrighty. See here. I'm not paying any goddamn toll. Who needs the ADS when I can just hip fire like a champ? It's not like it makes much of a difference. Especially with this gun. I'm literally eyeballing this and I'm still hitting some targets at fairway range. And if that's not me hitting the target, then I'm getting an AoE at least. Hide all you want, I still got you. Ugh, what a nuisance. Let's see here, what do I get? Ooh, could always use a increased rate of fire. Why not? See, I need more ammo, because this thing is... I'm chewing through ammo like it's free, in which in some ways it is. Got a monkey's paw. A monkey's paw. nuisance you are. Got white raven feathers. Whatever then. See here. Yeah, may as well get the potency boost. Divine chest requires divine essence. What I wouldn't give for my character, just start quad loading instead. Let's see, is there anything good I can get from the empty of magic? Join. Let's see. This House of Faith. Warden of the Dead. Fucking hell. Can't catch a break, can I? I'm more paranoid of what's in there, because fucking last time I got dropped by God knows what. Well. Poor performance. No excuse. I just shoot the... Oh wow, I'm not sure if it's just because it wore out or just shot it out. Either way. see here. You know what, I think I'm pretty content and happy with how much farther I've gotten right now. One would say, apart, what are you, pantywaist? And I say, only a fool would pretty much linger around here with the amount of shit I got in my back pocket. So yes, I'm about to haul ass like a fucking pantywaist. Honestly, this was a lot farther than I expected to get. Do you know how much crap I actually had in my back pocket alone? It's crazy. Demonic ammo pack. Can I just have these in my back pocket? I think I can. Hold on. You telling me this entire time I could have just... whatever. I'm literally just a faith build. No, seriously. All I've invested in this game is faith. And that's it. My highest stat is faith. Everything else is subpar. With Arsenal just being second best. Alright, so I know this game was sort of inspired by Painkiller. I've never played Painkiller, but I heard it was nice. Alright, but yeah. I heard it was nice at least. To say the least, though. You have to slay a faithful and get the stuff. Don't punch above my weight limit right now, because the weight limit will come. Let's see. Elemental resistance, physical recharge, and more importantly, health. I invest onto myself. Yes. I think I get like 10,000 and maybe... Let's see if I use all of it. How much can I get right now? Yeah, I can get that much. I can ascend one more time, in which I'm going to ascend to enhance mine own flesh. I wonder if when 1.0 comes out that there'll be a full reset, or is it just gonna be like, hey, you made it this far and you already progressed this far. You earned your place here, brother. And here's hoping that because the way that the Striga is working right now, it's a late game weapon given early game. So I think the best way to describe it is if this was like, as if right now this is like yeah, the best way to describe it right now is that this weapon is effectively an Act 3 weapon in a world that's currently with only Act 2. I got frostbite, guys. I'm cool now. Alright, so, yeah. As you can see here with the Spanish Inquisition-esque stuff here. Alright. Alright, now I better, I better wrap up here actually, because curtain call is calling soon and I gotta prepare to go to work later. So, I'm gonna wrap things up here now while I still got a chance. So, thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed this stream. If you want to see more, well, I'll be streaming again at another point in time. I've been doing first-person shooters as a sort of a familiar primer of sorts, as you could tell. To which I'm gonna start picking up doing other games and returning to Code Vein a little bit soon, hopefully. But yeah, here's hoping that I could actually... Yeah, here's hoping that I could actually properly get, like, some time to actually stream and finish up what I got going on. Oh, that's right, Resident Evil's Requiem's coming out soon. I'm trying to think if I want to stream that game as well. Probably not. Well, actually, I shouldn't say probably not stream it, but maybe stream it at a later point in time, because I kind of want to play it for myself first. Because I know I'm going to play it, like, to Kingdom Come, almost, effectively, right? And so, I know I did that for Resident Evil 2, and that was, like, long after, and I played that game, like, long after I started streaming. Or long before I started streaming, I should say. But yeah. Something to think about a little bit, I guess. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the stream. I'll see you next one. That being whenever I can find